All right, welcome in Duke freshman Mark Williams. If you have a question for Mark, please use the hand raise feature, and we will call on you. We'll start with Brendan Marks. Brendan, go ahead, sir.
Hey, thanks, Mike. Hey, Mark. I'm just wondering, obviously, Moses Wright was a handful down low, but it seemed like you were able to get the better of him a couple of times. Can you just sort of talk us through what made him such a tough guard tonight, and what were some of the things you were able to do effectively?
Yeah, he's a really good player. He was really aggressive, attacked the glass really well, and made plays for his teammates. So, yeah.
Steve Wiseman.
Thanks, Mike. Mark, can you just give us your feelings? What's the emotions in the locker room right now? It's 2 overtime losses in a row where you guys, rallied and came back and made it to overtime, but couldn't finish it off.
Yeah, it's tough. Made a lot of mistakes in the game, but I mean, throughout all that, we still gave ourselves a chance to win at the end. It's tough. It's tough.
Shane Smith.
Hey, Mark, after these, last couple close losses, what sort of lessons are you guys taking away from how to close games?
I mean, we're growing as a team, I guess. Again, it's tough to lose games like that, knowing you have a chance to win. But I think the next step is to, look at our next game Saturday. We can't keep thinking about this game. We got to, stay positive, keep our heads up, and focus on Carolina Saturday.
Steve Wiseman.
Mark, when Matt Hurt fouled out, 6 minutes to go, he's such a big part of your offense. And you guys had a lineup out there that really hadn't played very much together in games, and you were able to come back and tie it. What was that like for you guys to try to piece that together and get that to overtime?
Oh, I mean, it's definitely, next man up mentality. Even though Matt was, fouled out the game every time out, he's still talking to us, trying to keep us positive, keep us engaged. And I mean, we did have a chance, Jamin almost hit that shot, regulation, then overtime. Again, we still had another chance to win, but it's tough.
Brendan Marks.
Yeah, Mark, I actually wanted to ask about that Jamin shot. What was the intention on that? Was that the designed play was for him to get the look, or were there other options on that last call of regulation?
I mean, there's always plenty of options on a last-second play, but Jamin was wide open. He had a great shot, and it's just unfortunate it didn't go down.
Jason Evans.
Mark, it felt like the team was going to you a lot more than any game in the past. You guys were running pick and roll, and it was toss it up at the rim and let Mark go and get it. Is that something you all have worked on a lot in practice, or was it just a little bit of desperation with Matt Hurt not there to take any offensive load?
We just had to adjust as the game went on. We saw, with the pick and roll, Wright would stay up for a little extra second, so I had an opportunity go through a lot of good passes to the rim, and I had a chance to finish those.
All right, last question. We'll go to Kip Coons.
Yo, Mark, a lot of talk before this game that you and Georgia Tech both battling for a spot in the NCAAs. How much did you guys discuss that situation? And is there still a path forward short of winning the ACC tournament?
We definitely knew the stakes of the game. Definitely were aware of the situation. We had the mentality that we had to win, and unfortunately that didn't happen. But again, all we can do now is just, focus on what we have left in front of us and go from there.
All right, Mark, thanks for your time. We'll have Coach K up next.
Thanks, Mark.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Mark.